Hi, BookTube, it's Amy. Here's something that came in the mail yesterday. This is a work from 1948 titled Essays in Retrospect, Collected Articles and Addresses by C.B. Tinker. And I believe I had purchased this one quite a while ago, and it took a while to come. But I believe this is something that had been referenced in another collection of essays that I was reading earlier this year. And so this arrived, this nice blue dust jacket in fairly good condition considering the age. And supposedly this is a dedication from the author themselves to Gilbert and Janet from the indebted author. And it looks like March 23rd, 1948. And then I'm assuming this is from the bookseller where they've penciled in presentation copy. And so a presentation copy is a copy of a book that is presented by the author, usually to someone that they know. You wouldn't typically call a book a presentation copy if it's just, you've gone to an author signing and handed over a copy and they've put their, signature in there. Usually presentation copy is only used for a copy that the author gifted to someone. And it does appear as though this is a gift to someone that the author, Tinker, actually knew, because he says he is indebted to them. And so we've got on the dust jacket here a little bit of a description. Regarded by his colleagues and the undergraduates who studied under him at Yale as one of the greatest teachers and lecturers of his generation there, Chauncey Brewster Tinker has collected in this book those essays and addresses which I could not bring myself wholly to destroy. These chapters represent his chief interest over a long and rich lifetime that has been deeply concerned with poetry, painting, teaching, and above all, that strange position in which man finds himself in a universe that eludes all comprehension. And so it appears that he was a professor at Yale. There's our title page. Yale University Press in New Haven, 1948. Printed in the United States. And we have a preface here in our table of contents. Beginning with that preface, number 1 is a courteous reader, followed by the great diarist and some others. And that one there is about Samuel Pepys. Which is probably in part why I purchased this, along with the next one, another one of my favorites, Samuel Johnson. We've got 2 works there, Literary Monarch and The Unaccountable Companion. Joel Barlow's Vision of Columbus. I probably won't be too interested in that one, honestly. Shelley, once more. And I'm not sure whether we're talking about Percy Shelley or Mary Shelley. Probably Percy Shelley, given his interest in poetry here. The Poetry of the Brontes, William Morris as poet, The Amusing Pre-Raphaelites, Meredith's Poetry, The Poetry of A.E. Housman, Trollope, Hand and Soul, Sitter and Portrait, The Quality of Mercy, followed by Ancestor Worship and some remarks about the sea worm. And then there is an index at the back. So I've not read any of this yet. As I said, it just arrived yesterday. Oh, it looks like there was a pamphlet or a piece of paper in here at some point. We can see that unfortunate yellowing that does happen if you tuck things into books, and sometimes the paper ages in a way that the paper of the book does not, leaving imprints behind. I think I'm especially going to enjoy the chapter in here on Pepys and the one on Johnson, and the one on Shelley could be interesting as well. The poet Shelley. So we are talking about the poet Percy Shelley here. And the Poetry of the Brontes, that could be interesting too. We don't usually think of the Bronte sisters as poets. We think of them as novelists. But this should give a couple hours of fairly fascinating reading.